New Jersey has beaches, it had battles, and lots of history, but only one U.S. president, Grover Cleveland. Today we're exploring places where he lived, where he was born, where he's buried, and also we're going to get some amazing food afterwards, because after all, this is New Jersey. Grover Cleveland was born March 18, 1837 in Caldwell, New Jersey, making him the only president in U.S. history born in New Jersey. He had a reputation for honesty and reform and often fighting political corruption. So come along with me as we take a ride on this journey back in time. First stop, Princeton, New Jersey. Right now, we're outside the former home of President Grover Cleveland and his family, called Westland. Grover Cleveland and his wife decided to move to Princeton even before the end of his second term. Mrs. Cleveland chose the house, and Cleveland named it Westland in honor of his close friend, Andrew West, who was a professor at Princeton University. The house was originally built in 1854. Cleveland lived here until his death in 1908. Today, the home remains a private residence. Because of its historical significance, the home was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1965 and added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1966. Interesting fact is that Grover Cleveland never attended college himself, but he quickly became a beloved figure in the Princeton community. Students from Princeton University would often march to his house to serenade him on his birthday or celebrate big football victories. Now let's take a stroll through the Princeton Cemetery and go see the final resting place for President Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland and his family are buried in a quiet section of Princeton Cemetery. Here you see the grave of Grover Cleveland and his daughter, Ruth Cleveland. Allegedly, the Curtis Candy Company asserted that the Baby Ruth candy bar was named after Ruth Cleveland after being sued by Babe Ruth. Ruth died of diphtheria on January 2, 1904. She was around 12 years old. Also buried next to Grover is his wife, Frances Cleveland, who died at the age of 83 in 1947. Did you know that she became a First Lady at the age of 21 and remains the youngest First Lady in history? One thing that makes Grover Cleveland unique was that he was, until recently, the only U.S. president to ever serve two non-consecutive terms as the 22nd and 24th President of the United States of America. It was a snowy day when we came this time around, but this picture I took back in the summertime. Let's go back in time a little further to Grover Cleveland's birthplace. This modest two-story wooden home was built around 1830. On March 18, 1837, Grover Cleveland was born right here. Grover's father, Richard Cleveland, was a Presbyterian minister, and the family lived in the home while he served at the local church. Grover only spent the first 4 years of his life here in Caldwell before his family moved to New York. Today, the home is preserved as a historic site museum. There's an event coming up if you want to check it out. If you're seeing this in time, I recommend you do that. Did you know that Grover Cleveland and his wife Frances were the only presidential couple to marry in the White House? There's a few different plaques here that you can read about and learn a little bit more about Grover Cleveland. The new visitor center here is open by reservation only on Fridays and Saturdays. You have to call ahead or email ahead in order to come visit. They have a museum gift shop also that's going to be opening as well. The actual birth house is currently closed because renovations are underway. Let's take a ride over to Grover Cleveland Park. While it's a cold day today in March, there are lots of things to do here. There's walking paths, a playground, there's a pond, you can fish, you can have a picnic. The park was commissioned in 1912 and it's a fun place to come visit. Our next stop was Calandra's Italian Village, located in Caldwell, New Jersey, right across the street from the birthplace of Grover Cleveland. So it was a perfect location to come for lunch. Calandra's is one of the best bakeries hands down in New Jersey, opening its doors in 1962 at their Newark location. They have a few different locations throughout New Jersey. We grabbed a quick bite here at the deli, but you can shop around for some grocery goods too while you're here and get some pastries. There's also a restaurant as well. And of course, they have good slices of pizza here because it's New Jersey. And of course, if you're getting married, you got to come here and get your cake like we did back in the day, right? This was a great cake. Loved it. So many good memories. They have some Irish stuff too, and a little doggy toy if you want one. And here are the baked goods. That's what I'm talking about. They even have a little gelato if you want any. A little Irish soda bread as well. And I got this Dubai chocolate cheesecake. Oh my goodness, it was so good. I highly recommend this. I want to thank you for coming along on this adventure with us today. I hope you learned something new. I hope you got to see something that was of interest. We're going to keep this circle of goodness going. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to keep it moving.